Good afternoon. We'll call the oversight hearing to order. We are having votes on the floor right now, and that's why I think it'll be a few minutes before more of our committee members show up. But we are going to get started so that the vice chairman and myself can take turns going back and filling out the votes as well. So appreciate you bearing with us through that process. And I also want to thank the members for accommodating my schedule and others so that we could have the hearing this afternoon instead of tomorrow as originally scheduled. So thank you to the members for agreeing to do that. Today, the committee will examine the Government Accountability Office report on high-risk programs published on March 6, 2019, as well as a follow-up from the 2017 high-risk list. Unfortunately, the three Indian programs that we will discuss today are the same ones that we've had on the list for the past 2 years, and we're working very hard to make sure that they get the issues identified addressed. This is the fourth hearing for the committee regarding high-risk Indian programs. 3 hearings were held in the 115th Congress, making today's hearing the first in the new Congress, and I expect we will have more as we continue to work on outstanding issues. Every 2 years during the start of new Congress, the Government Accountability Office publishes a report listing federal programs deemed high risk. These programs are given the designation of high risk due to their vulnerability to abuse, fraud, waste, or mismanagement. 3 federal Indian programs, the Bureau of Indian Education, Indian Energy within the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and the Indian Health Service, have again been placed on the 2019 high-risk list. According to the Government Accountability Office, as of December 2018, these programs have a total of 32 outstanding recommendations. To monitor a federal program's progress on the high-risk list, the Government Accountability Office provides ratings of not met, partially met, or met. According to the latest list, each of the 3 programs have partially met the 5 areas of criteria needed to be addressed to initiate removal from the list. During today's hearing, I expect to hear from each of the witnesses where progress has been made and what needs to be done in order for the 3 programs to meet all of the criteria. As chairman of the committee, I remain steadfast to holding these federal agencies accountable to the millions of American Indians and and Alaska Natives in the country that receive services such as education, healthcare, and advancing Indian energy development projects. The functioning of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Bureau of Indian Education, and the Indian Health Service is important to many, including this committee, which has oversight authority to ensure the agencies are meeting their purposes without abuse, fraud, waste, or mismanagement. Today's hearing is timely with the recent news of former IHS Dr. Stanley Patrick Weber's conviction and sentencing in the Federal District Court in Montana for child sex abuse and the upcoming start of his second trial in South Dakota on the same charges. These events must be addressed, and we need to get to the bottom of this ordeal. Indian country deserves better. As I have mentioned before, I will continue to hold these oversight hearings until each Indian program comes off the high-risk list, and I urge all witnesses today to continue working together in addressing the remaining open recommendations. I welcome the witnesses today, and I look forward to discussing the remaining GAO recommendations and the timeliness of getting them addressed. Before we hear from witnesses, I will turn to Vice Chairman Senator Udall for his opening statement.